Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
हारमोनियम लेके चले जाओ प्रभुपाद के पास।
Thank you very much for being initiation. Program goes as follows. Initiates with Lachman. And once Lachman is over, then we'll decide on the center. And Maharaj will give the initiation class. And after class, initiation. Let the Lachman. Let the Lachman.
अपवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्था यस्मरे पुंडरीकाक्षं बाह्य आभ्यंतर सुचिये श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु
Wash your hands. Om Narayana Namaha. Om Narayana. Wash your hands. Om Narayana Namaha. Om Narayana. Govinda Vishnu Sudhadevur Moshka. Govinda Vishnu Sudhadevur Moshka.
Samhita. So we're going to go together, but please stay in connection with each other. Don't go faster and slower. So follow. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiyaya Govinda Sarvakarinkarana Chintamani Prabhasavasubhamavriksha Lakshadrikeshu Zurabhirahimayantam Lakshmi Sarasya Sarasambhavasenumanam Govinda Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venam Kanantaravinda Dalaya Taksam Bharavatam Samasitam Bhurasungarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Soham Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasa Vayanala Vamsi Radna Gadam Pranaya Keli Kalavilasam Shyamam Trivanga Lalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendri Gritimanti Asti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Ujjvala Vigrahasya Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Dvaitam Achyutam Anarim Anantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusho Navayauvanam Cha Vedesha Durlam Abadurlam Atma Bhakto Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Anta stukoti satavatsar sampagam yo Vayoratapi manaso muni pungavanam Sopyasti yatpavavasim abhyachintya tatte Govindam Hari Purusham Dhamaham Bhajami Ekyopya Saurasigatam Jagananta Kotim Yakshakshirasti Jagadananda Chayanyarantam Andhatarasta Paramanuchayantarastam Govindam Hari Purusham Hambajami Yad Bhavi Bhavi Tadiyo Mananastataivam Samprapya Rupa Manina Sanaya Vyabhusha Suktarya Eva Mikara Pratitaistu Vamti Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Ami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita Vis Tabirya Eva Nija Rupa Kaya Kalapi Goloka Eva Nisaya Kikiratma Bhutto Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjaracharita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achinta Guru Sarupam Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murti Shukalani Amena Tishtan Nanavatara Akaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramam Param Yo Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Pravadito Jagananda Koti Koti Shasesha Vasudari Vibhuti Vinnam Tad Brahma Niskalam Ananta Vashesha Bhutam Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Hiyasya Jagananda Sadi Sute Trigunyata Visaya Veda Vitayamanam Sadbhavalambha Parasatma Visura Satvam Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chimmaya Rasad Mataya Manasu Ya Pranina Pratifalam Smartatam Upekyam Lila Itena Bhuvanani Jagachayasam Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokanamini Jadami Taichatasya Devi Mahasya Haridam Suteshu Teshu Te Te Prabhava Nichaya Vityascha Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Sristi Stiti Palayasar Sakti Ekam Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vipatti Durga Ichanurupa Apayasya Chachestate Sa Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shiram Yata Dahi Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayata Nahi Tata Priti Asti Hetu Yat Sambhutam Yata Samupaya Kari Govindam Hari Purusham tamaham bhajami. Deeparchye dasarantar abhyupetyam. Deepayate vivatahetu samana dharmam. Yastadri eva hicha vishrutaya vibhati. Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Ya Karanava Jalai Bhati Smai Sayogam Nidramananta Jagananta Saroma Kupa Andhara Shakti Avalambi Param Samurtim Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yasyaika nisvasiddhika pathalalambya jivanti loma vijala jaganantanata Vishnu mahansaya yasya kala vishesho Govindam hari purusham dhamaham bhajami Baswandyatasma sakaleshu nijeshu teja Sriyam Kiya Prakatayat Apitavya Atra Brahmaya Esha Jagarandi Vidana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Pada Pallava Yugam Viyadhana Kumbham Dvande Pramadi Samayesha Ganari Raja Vigna Vahantim Amayasya Jagatrayasya Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agni Mahir Gananam Ambu Marudiyasya Kalastamati Manasita Jagatrayani Yasmam Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamcha Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yachakshiresa Savita Sagaha Galanam Raja Samasta Suramurtam Shesha Teja Yasya Gyaya Brahmiti Samvrita Kala Chakko Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Karma tapapa nichaya sutaya stapamsi Brahmadi kirta pataga vadaya sajiva Yadhata matra vibhava prakata prabhava Govindamari purusham tvamaham bhajami Yastvinda gopa mahel samaho swakarma Bandhanurupa Phalavajana Attanoti Karma Nidate Kinticha Bhakti Bhajan Vindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Piti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Seva Bhavai Sanchinte Yasya Sadrisham Tanu Aparete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarabham Druma Bhumischintamani Gani Maitoyo Amritam Kathaganam Nadyangananam Apivamsi Priyasaki Chirananda Jyotir Paramam Api Aswadam Api Cham Sayatra Shirabi Sarvata Surabi Yascha Sumaham Nime Sarda Kyova Vrajati Yatri Samaye Vaje Sweda Dvipam Tamaham Iha Goloka Itiham Vadantaste Satashruti Virali Cha Kataviye Chintamani I'm sorry. Ishwara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha Anadirari Govinda Sarvakarna Karna Sri Rama Samita Ki Om Gyan Timidandasya Ginajana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasnaya Bhutale Srimakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desakarine Panchakalpa Tarubhishcha Kripa Sindhu Vaja Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinda Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raganatam Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpataru Vischa Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada would always say, and when he would speak on these initiation lectures, as long as something's going on, I'm not going to talk. I'll wait for everyone's attention, then we can begin. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada would say during these ceremonies, initiation means beginning. We're beginning the path back home, back to Godhead, which is the actual goal of bhakti, to awaken our natural, innate, constitutional position as eternal lover of Krishna. And to achieve the perfection means to achieve that perfection through the process of bhakti yoga, which is given by Krishna through the disciplic succession, the parampara system, coming down from Krishna through the authorized acharyas to the present day. This initiation ceremony is the consummation of what is already in the heart. We say it's the beginning in the sense that what we do prior to the initiation ceremony is to prepare ourselves for this ultimately. Tad vigyartam gurum eva abhigasche. This verse from the Upanishad says, one must, the word abhigasche means must. One must accept the guidance of Krishna's representative, the bona fide spiritual master. It is not optional, it is a requirement. As Rupa Goswami defines the process of bhakti in 9 steps, the third step is bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means to accept the shelter of Krishna's representative in order to get the necessary guidance and the philosophical understanding on how to achieve the goal of life, which is, of course, prema pumarta mahan, which means to develop or awaken our love for Krishna. So we've been in this material world countless lifetimes. There's no way we can really even begin to calculate or even find any sort of system by which we can search out our sojourn in this material world. But we've been in, it says, millions of lifetimes. Human form of life is rare. We may not perceive it in that way, but this is how it's understood in the Shastras. There are 8,400,000 species of life, and out of the 8,400,000, 400,000 are considered human forms. And out of that 400,000, only a few are considered to be intelligent, or what we say more developed. There are also lower forms of human forms also. So to come to the human form of life means to sojourn or traverse the entire system of different living entities coming from one position to another. So to come to the human form of life means the opportunity to achieve the goal of life. In those other 8 million, there is no possibility. It's just a punishment that the soul has to undergo for its, you might say, its desire to become separate from Krishna. We come to this world because we have a desire to act differently or to become separate from the Lord. We want to be independent, and therefore this material world is a chance to execute that desire for independence. But even within this realm of material existence, although it's a place for those who try to become independent, there is no independence. It's a false sense of independence because one is under the control of the material energy, which is also Krishna's energy. So those who are actually intelligent and understand their best interests will understand that there is another place that I can fulfill my desires, because here we cannot fulfill our desires. We want to be happy. We want to live eternally. These qualities are there within the soul, and we also express them in our day-to-day life. Everyone is looking for happiness. Everyone is striving to do things to bring about happiness. And no one wants to die. No one wants to die. But we're in a situation where both of these things don't allow that to happen. Everything here is full of suffering and struggle. 3 modes of material nature, the miseries of material life, such as Adi-Daivik, Adi-Klesha, Adi-Bhautik, Atmika, miseries of the body and mind, miseries of other living beings, miseries of higher powers, birth, death, disease, and old age. All of these things and the frustration of one's desires in the attempt to become successful and happy in this world. All of this is part of the material world, cannot be changed, but but people think differently, and therefore they struggle uselessly. One who is a little bit intelligent, a little wise, who understands their good interests will understand I have all of these desires, but why do I have these desires? Because they're natural. We live eternally. We are by nature joyful, and we are full of knowledge. But in this realm of material temporality, we can't fulfill that desire. But then one thinks, well, where can that fulfillment be? And this is the beginning of spiritual life. Tato Brahma Jigyasa. The scriptures say, now in the human form of life, try to find out who you are and what is your relationship with the Supreme Lord. And this is the beginning of human life. Before then, people who live in this world may have human forms, but they're not acting according to the actual definition of human life. Because eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and finding different ways to do it is there in the animals also. The distinction between human life and animal life is one has higher intelligence. And that intelligence must be directed for one's best interest and not simply to make a better arrangement for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, which goes on as so-called advancement of material life. People think how to increase these things in such a way that I can get more benefit from them and more opportunities to enjoy them. You can sleep on a little rug, or you can get this gigantic bed. Sleeping is the same. Sleeping is the same. People have union with each other. They call it sex life. The dog does it in the street. There's no difference. Prabhupada said the pleasure is the same. So the animals are doing all of these things naturally because that is their propensity. That's the type of body they have, and that's all they can do. But the human form of life is much more than that. Trying to make a gorgeous arrangement for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending is called polished animal life. That's all it is. And I'm simply speaking according to Shastra, not according to my ideas. So this opportunity to understand who I am and how to fulfill my desires for unlimited happiness and longevity or eternal life is there in the process of bhakti. It's there because it's the nature of the soul, constitutional position to achieve these things automatically. And therefore, when one comes to the platform of accepting the shelter of the bona fide spiritual master, then they're on their way back to success. It's just a matter of time where they will reach the goal and ultimately achieve the lotus feet of the Lord in a loving devotional service eternally. It's just a matter of time. So this process is not something you can fail in. You can't fail in this process. You can only give up. If you give up, then you fail. But if you don't give up and you continue to work under the guidance of Krishna's representative, the spiritual master, then eventually, either this life or in the upcoming lives, you will make it back home, back to Gaia. So it's like an investment in eternal future success, Krishna consciousness. And as I mentioned, this process to come to Krishna consciousness, to come to human life is rare. But to come to Krishna consciousness is even more rare. Very few living entities, there are unlimited living entities. Even in the human forms, we cannot even count. There's 400 different categories, 400,000 different categories of human beings. But how many millions and billions are in each category? So it's unlimited, almost like that. It's uncountable. That's a better word. And so one who takes up devotional service is the most intelligent person because they know actually what is their ultimate benefit. There's things called shreyas and prayas. Prayas means immediate satisfaction. Shreyas means ultimate success. Prabhupada would use the example. A child wants to play, and that's the nature of a child. But the parents know that in order to benefit the child, they should go to school and get some education. But the child's propensity wants to play all the time, but the parents know better, and so they direct the child towards education. So this immediate satisfaction is like trying to enjoy this material world. But the ultimate benefit, which is called shreyas, is to engage in devotional service, which will bring one to one's complete satisfaction and happiness. So one who takes up this process is a very rare soul. And that's mentioned also by Rupa Goswami in Nectar Devotion. To take up Krishna consciousness is not rare, it's extremely rare. Most people want to enjoy this world in some form or another. But the one who actually acknowledges knows that there is no enjoyment here. The enjoyment is in our relationship with the Absolute Truth, Shri Krishna himself. And therefore, one who understands that will actually achieve that in due course of time through this process of bhakti. Bhakti is easy. Sometimes people think, oh, it's so difficult. What makes it difficult is that we're still trying to enjoy this material world at the same time. And that's why it's difficult. But as soon as we understand, and this is the benefit of taking shelter of Krishna's representative, they learn that ultimately this material world is meant for our defeat. But spiritual life is successful in all aspects. In other words, whatever you perform in devotional service to Krishna is eternally in your bank account. It's never lost. You don't have to withdraw it. It's simply compound interest upon interest. It simply grows until it reaches perfection. This is Krishna consciousness. So to take to the process of devotional service means to accept Krishna in the form of his guidance coming through the bona fide spiritual master. The bona fide spiritual master is as good as Krishna, but he's not Krishna. Guru is not God, but he is in a position to accept our service as the representative of God in the material world. So when we see him like that, then we can also understand how to serve the Supreme Lord in the best possible way, which is actually the desire of the living entity to make progress through the process of serving and glorifying the Supreme Personality. And this is where the spiritual master teaches everything. So, Srila Prabhupada used to illustrate this point. Prabhupada would make many statements to kind of illustrate the rarity of devotional service. And one such statement he said was, there's a vast ocean, unlimited ocean of water. And in that ocean, there's a log floating. And in that log, there's a hole in the log. Somewhere in that ocean, there is a frog. And the frog decides to surface, come to the top of the water, and he just happens to come through the hole in that log, somewhere in that unlimited ocean. Prabhupada used that just to help us get a little indication how rare it is to come to spiritual life. And Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, Manusana Sahasreshu Kaschid Yatadi Siraye Yatatam Avisidhanam Kaschid Mam Veti Tatvadaha. Very rare that someone comes, and very rare that one actually achieves perfection. But it is possible, and it's made even less rare by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of him, because of this, the incarnation of the mercy manifestation of the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's made the process easy. Chanta Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama. Associate with and serve others who are doing the same. In other words, devotee association, sadhu sangha. Not asat sangha, but sadhu sangha. That sangha that is of the nature of spiritual qualities, devotee association. Associating with devotees, chanting the holy names of the Lord in the mood of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the path back home is wide open. There may be some obstacles, there may be some difficulties, but Krishna showed how we overcome them in one particular pastime. And that was the lifting of Govardhan Hill. When Indra tried to destroy the inhabitants of Vrindavan because they had stopped his regular yajna on the request of Lord Krishna, and they diverted the yajna towards the brahmanas and the cows. Indra became completely angry. So much so he became furiously angry. And he started to send not rain, but that rain that comes at the end of the devastation of the universe. Torrential rain, pouring rain, more like pillars of rain coming down. And soon, within moments, the whole area of Vrindavan was flooded, and devotees had nowhere to go. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho. They called out for Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, save us, save the cows. And Krishna immediately came, and he knew exactly what to do. He created an umbrella. When you have rain, you need an umbrella. But this was big rain, so he needed a big umbrella. An umbrella was available in the form of Govardhana. So with the little pinky of his left hand, why did he choose the little pinky, and why did he choose the left hand? Just to show this Indra that there's more power in my little finger of my left hand than you have in all of your existence. He was kind of mocking him at the same time. And easily he lifted the hill. And for 7 days, all of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, including the cows and all of the animals, took shelter. And it was like a festival of joy being under that mountain with Krishna for 7 days. Although the rain continued, the lightning bolts were hitting the mountain, still no one was even slightly disturbed with that. So in this, there is a message that this world, there are difficulties, there are calamities, there are troubles, there are reverses in our way of doing things. If we take shelter of Krishna, then all of a sudden, the darkness becomes like the bright sun. The sun of Krishna's presence just illuminates everything and changes everything into something wonderful. Even the most difficult situations, when we take shelter of Krishna, become something very joyful. This is Krishna consciousness. But we have to take shelter of Krishna. And therefore, the spiritual master teaches the process of how to take shelter of Krishna in such a way that it becomes complete. And therefore, taking guidance of the spiritual master is essential for us to achieve perfection in life. And the spiritual master is like a father. He's a kind father. He sees his disciples as their children. And as the children are in need of something, what do they need? They need how to live their life in such a way that is directed towards their ultimate benefit, which is ultimately Krishna conscious. So congratulations for all of those who come to this stage of accepting initiation. This is not a ordinary thing. It's very wonderful. It shows that you know the understanding of the purpose of life. And it's also a message to all of us here who are sitting here in this room. If you haven't done that, then you should be thinking, soon I will do that also. Otherwise, you will miss the opportunity to achieve perfection in life and simply struggle life after life in this material world. Maya lavase, kacho bese, kacho hum bu 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 bai. But Jeev Krishna Das, hey Vishwas, koleda adukanai. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, life after life, karanam gula sangha so sadasa joni jambas. From the highest planet to the lowest in between, the living entity traverses one time. We forgot all of our previous lives. We can't possibly remember. And that is a protection so we can keep our consciousness on what we're doing now. what we're doing now, and that way we can put all our attention in our real business. They say, live in the present. What does that mean to live in the present? It means that the future is just a dream. The past is already gone. The present is only the only reality. You can only live in the present. You can put your consciousness in the future and in the past, but you still have to function in the present. The present is the only reality. And if we live moment to moment in Krishna consciousness, then we're actually building our eternal home in the spiritual world. It's just a matter of time. So again, thank you very much for you coming here. It's a testimony to all of us that you have chosen this way of life to show that this is the perfection of life. And then, of course, the process of bhakti is the consummation of that, and soon that will become the reality. Thank you very much. By the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, who brought this Krishna consciousness, which is an eternal religious principle system that coming from the Vedas. It is not only from India. India was just a small part of the entire Vedic world. At one point, this whole planet was under Vedic culture. Now what's left is what we call India. So, but Prabhupada, he is an eternal associate of the Lord, coming from the spiritual master to do this business. Srila Prabhupada is not a person who simply took birth like all of us and became successful as a guru. He is a Nitya Siddha. Nitya Siddha means eternally liberated soul who came as a missionary from the spiritual world to do this work in this particular time in history when the world is going through great turmoil, just to give eternal religious principles and Lord Chaitanya's mission of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we connect with Krishna consciousness, we're actually connecting with Srila Prabhupada also. Some of us may think, well, I'm not a disciple of Prabhupada, but you are. Every person who comes into this movement has a direct, and I use the word with emphasis, direct connection with Srila Prabhupada. He is the founder Acharya. He's the Shiksha Guru for each and every living being who comes. In fact, he is Jagat Guru. That means he's the spiritual master of the entire universe. So by his mercy, we are all here. And therefore, we owe everything to Srila Prabhupada for giving us this process of pure devotional service. It's by his mercy, who he's come on behalf of the previous acharyas and Krishna, to awaken the sleeping souls to their eternal happiness in devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
So the request initiates first the offer obeisance to show the Pope, can you make some place and come before the Maharaj and tell Maharaj to not invite. Then take 3 vows. First one, I chant 16 rounds on weeks every day without feeling rest of life. Second, I follow golden principles, namely no meditating, no sex, no intoxication, no drink.
You're giving them the initiation right now? If they don't know it, then they're not qualified to sit there. You don't have to teach them; they know it. Okay, you pay your obeisances to the Srila Prabhupada, and you chant Prabhupada's mantra out loud, not silently. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pracharine. Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paschatya Desatane. And then you come in front of the deity Sri Sri Radha Gopi Janavalabha, and you pay your obeisance again, chanting Srila Prabhupada's Pranam mantra. Put both hands on the floor. That's it. But both hands have to touch the floor. That's the important part. Let's see. Okay. And then here, face your feet that way, so you're not facing the deities. Yeah. That happens later. Chant Prabhupada's pranams each time. Okay. Give him the microphone. Okay, so what are the 4 regulative principles of freedom?
No eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication.
And do you agree to chant at least 16 rounds on beads every day?
I agree to chant 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds on beads every day.
Okay, so today is also a very glorious day in the world. Today is Jagannath Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri. Of course, the time is a little ahead of us, but still it's the same day. So we decided to give you a name connecting with the personality of Godhead. So your new name is Ananda Sagara Jagannath. Which means Lord Jagannath, who is an ocean of mercy. Hare Krishna.
Ananda Sagar Jagannath Das Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. Okay, what are the 4 regulative principles of freedom? Thank you. And do you agree to chant at least 16 rounds every day on beads without fail? Minimum 16, not maximum. Minimum. When Prabhupada started this movement, he wanted everyone to chant 64 rounds a day. But the devotees freaked out. So being very merciful, he dropped it to 32. And it was a less of a freak out, but still it was there. Then he went down, all right, 16, no less. And it's not hard. It's just if you do it every day, it becomes easier and easier. So your new name is, it's a name for Radharani who enjoys the rasa dance. Your name is Rasa Vilasini Radha.
Rasa Vilasini Radha Devi Dasi Mata Ji ki.
She loves to dance. I don't know where she gets all that energy, but she's an unbelievable dancer. Oh. These are yours, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, oops. Okay. Hare Krishna. Mhm. So, do you agree to chant at least 16 rounds every day on beads? On beads. Yes. Not on clicker. On beads. Okay. And okay, so your name is a name for Radharani, who is the four regulative principles, yes. Do you, okay. No gambling means no television. Sometimes devotees wonder nobody, I don't go to casino, I don't gamble. Gambling means to watch television. Material television. You can watch Krishna conscious television. Okay. So your new name is a beautiful name. It means one who is immortal and beautiful. Your name is Amrita Sundari. Oh, beads. Actually, this is your bag also. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Do you agree to chant at least 16 rounds on beads every day without fail? I'm going to ask your mother and father if you don't. They're here. Okay, you agree?
I promise.
100%?
200%.
Okay. That is my next question, 200%. Okay. And what are the 4 regulative principles of freedom?
No eating, no gambling, and no intoxication.
Hmm. Intoxication means, what is it? Another form of intoxication is television, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Her name is Rishika, but I've known her since she was like, what, 4 or 6? She, she was in India. I met her in India along with her wonderful family. We're both here today. And so I'm so happy to see that she's following in the footsteps of her good father and mother, who are very dear devotees. And she's now taking that big step to become a pure devotee. So your new name is, it's a name for Radharani, and it means one who is shy and modest. Your name is Lajavati Radha. You'll need this. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for accepting me.
Okay, and for those who are up for second initiation, so you can just remain seated, and in your mind, you just confirm your initiation vows when you took your first initiation. It's like a reconfirmation of that, and then also participate in the fire yajna like that. Hare Krishna. Okay. So now we'll have the yajna, and this consummates the whole process. So everyone, please stay for the yajna, and also chant the mantras as is being chanted by the priest. Everyone can chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Ajnanatisya Jnananjana Chakshuromritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Swaha Swaha Swaha. Sri Chaitanya Vishwam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaryam Tadati Shravanartikam. Swaha Swaha Swaha. Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhutale Srimate Chandramauli Maharaj Swami iti namine. Swaha Swaha Swaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschyatyadi Jatarine. Swaha Swaha Swaha.
Every time he says Swaha, you put the grains like this. Show them how to hold the grains like this. Grab it like this, and you throw it into the fire like this, not on the priest.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namine. Swaha Swaha Swaha.
Everyone, when he says Swaha, you say Swaha. Everyone says Swaha. Swaha.
Sri Devi Dai Daya Prabhade Krishna Samanta Vidyana Dai Prabhuye Namaha. Madhuri Vajra Premadya Rupaya Bhaktida Shri Gaur Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste. Namaste Gauravani Shri Murti Dhinatarani Rupana Vivrta Siddhanta Kandarani. Swaha Swaha Swaha. Namo Gauragishwaraya Sakshat Dainadimuthaye Pradavasamodya Padambujayate Namaha. Swaha नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सचिदानंदनामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगुणाय ते स्वाहा कृष्ण सर्वभौम श्री वेणुनाथाय ते नमः स्वाहा वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्याय नाम्ने गौरवते नमः स्वाहा पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपास्वरूपकं भक्ताधारं भक्ताभ्यां नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं स्वाहा हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते स्वाहा जगतां सुरतो पंगोर मुक्तावतीर्गति सर्वसुरामोजो राधा मदनमो मनो स्वाहा दिव्या प्रकाश कल्पद्रुमादारं श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राजा श्री गोविंद देवो वैष्णवदेवी सेवमानस्मरामि गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी प्रवानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये स्वाहा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदी गौर भक्तवृंद स्वाहा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Everyone can take the banana in your hand after you can put it there. नमो ब्रह्मदेवाय गो ब्राह्मणिताय च जगदिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः स्वाहा स्वाहा स्वाहा
Can I catch this?
I request everyone to sit down for 1 minute. Just sit down where you are. Then I'll explain to you. Everyone requests to sit down for 2 minutes. Prasad is going to start in 2 minutes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you very much for coming to today's service. Today's service is little change. Usually we call that one is Aarti, then one to choose lecture, and then Prasad, because of this initiation. Actually we decided only a couple of days before. So I'm sure you accept this. Only one reason I'm requesting your attention is this. This is Nicole. Nicole is actually, she's a lawyer. She has been working for human rights. She has been working for underprivileged people. She has been working for minorities. and she is contesting as a judge. So I humbly request you to support her in this cause. She is very down to earth. She already gave you times to support, and she is willing to support every one of us, not only just financially. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to speak to you briefly. My name is Nicole Huddleston. I want to thank my husband is here with me, James. We have my daughter, James and Mariah, and I am running for Oakland County Circuit Court Judge. If you live in Oakland County, I would love to earn your vote and support before or on August 6th. I've been a lawyer for the last 10 years, and all of my work over the last 10 years has been making sure